Rush Limbaugh went on a hilarious rant about Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner. Let's listen.
That this quest to redefine normalcy has another component to it, which is to redefine the new weirdos. And that's us, folks. Conservatives and Republicans are the new weirdos, the new kooks. And that is part of the political objective here in normalizing all of this really marginal behavior. I mean, if less than 1% of the population is engaging in it, it's marginalized behavior. It isn't normal, no matter how you define it. But the quest to make it normal contains with it the objective to make the people who might disapprove of it, or the people that don't do it, weirdos and kooks. And that's where the Republican branding problem resides, because the objective here is to portray the old norms and the practitioners of the old norms as the deadbeats, the dry balls, the sticks in the mud, or worse, the racist, sexist, bigot, homophobes, but they're the weirdos. And all of this other behavior, however you want to describe it, is celebrated now as a new norm, and we need to have a conversation about it. And the reason we need to have a conversation is to rip and criticize the arbiters of the old norms, which happens to be religion, Christianity, conservatism, republicanism, you name it. Do not doubt me on this.
Oh, yes, I know. Master Rush, we never doubt you. Everything you say is gospel. I love how he treats his listeners, his followers. Contrast that with what I tell you guys all the time. I want you to have up Google and to fact-check me as I do my show, because I want what I say to be true. He's like, don't doubt me on this. I know I'm right. Okay, so now understand what his argument is there. He's saying, with this whole Caitlyn Jenner situation, the real victims of transgender discrimination, the real victims in this entire scenario, Republicans. I love how these guys always talk about liberals as if we have a victim complex. Like, yeah, liberals always love to play the victim. That's why they're victim culture. Rush Limbaugh's entire show is based on Democrats suck, Republicans are the victims. Everything he's ever argued is like that. So it's a clear example of projection. He looks at Caitlyn Jenner's situation and says, yeah, this is really unfair to conservatives, is what it is. God, you're such a myopic douche. You're insufferable. And understand, he also goes on in the clip, too, to talk about how, it's our lifestyles under attack and, they want to change the way we do shit. No, Rush, it's not about you. Nobody's knocking on your door, hey, Rush, open up, and saying, I'm going to force you to be trans. Nobody's doing that. The only argument we're making is give trans people equal rights and don't be a dick. That's it. But of course he takes issue with that. Now he's not done yet.
I quoted to you earlier a couple of short passages from a blog. I didn't identify the blog, but I told you it's a conservative Republican blog. I'm going to quote it again because it proves the point that I just made to you. With the momentum from this announcement and affiliation, Caitlyn Jenner inadvertently gave the Republican Party something it really, really desperately needs. Street cred. Simply put, an understanding sense of humanity. So here we have a conservative blog celebrating the fact, because Caitlyn Jenner has identified as a Republican, this is great news for us. Because this is going to show people that we're human. And that we've got credibility. And look at, here you have a transgender who feels totally at home in the Republican Party. And this is written about here as a big plus for us. Why is this a big plus? It's a big plus because whoever wrote this is of the belief that all the criticism of us, racist, sexist, bigot, homophobe, oddball, weirdball, is true.
Yes! Because it is! Whatever conservative wrote that is a better conservative and a smarter person than you. The person realizes, if you look at the statistics, yes, the overwhelming majority of trans people and gay people and all the different minority groups are Democrats. Why are they Democrats? Because they're not stupid. They realize the Democratic Party represents them more and actually gives a shit about them, whereas the Republicans do not. But Rush acts like, it's outrageous to say that Bruce Jenner being Republican is good for Republicans because it changes the image of Republicans. How outrageous is that? This guy's assuming that we're not on the side of trans people. And then in the rest of the clip, he goes on to prove that he's not on the side of trans people. He does the same thing with gay people, too. I'm not intolerant. The liberals are intolerant for not tolerating my intolerance. Stop trying to flip it, dude. It's the oldest argument in the world, and you sound like a child. Now, here's what it comes down to, man. Rush, you and many Republicans, not all of them, but most Republicans, judge the fuck out of gay people and people like Bruce Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner now, because of your religion. So you judge them nonstop. You just judge. You never have anything positive to say about these people. And then you're surprised when, most of them are Democrats. And you act like you don't have a problem. No, the problem is, because of your religion and because of your beliefs, you refer to it, you're weird, we don't want to have anything to do with you. And then also, whenever there's a bill that comes up, like an anti-discrimination bill, for example, for trans people, it's you guys who are against it. It's not Mitch McConnell and John Boehner who are like, today, after we do tax cuts for Wall Street again, let's work on that bill for the transgender community. That would be fantastic. They don't do that. And if something comes up in favor of trans people, they're against it. So when people describe you as not, by and large, not being on the side of trans people, it is accurate. But this is Rush Limbaugh's show in a nutshell. He's been doing it for decades now. Republicans are always right. We're the good people by definition. Everybody should be a Republican. Even if we're on the record as being against your community, you should vote Republican. And if you don't, fuck you.